So yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking into Steven Adams' 4-year, $100 million contract that he signed back in 2017. So this contract is a 4-year, $100 million contract going from the 2017-2018 season to the 2020-2021 season. So first, I'm going to be looking into how he fits in with OKC. Obviously, this is because, for example, a player like Russ, he can be a max contract player with OKC, but with the Rockets, he could just be like a bit below max contract, definitely for sure, in terms of like the contract below a max contract with like the Rockets, because with Harden and Mike D'Antoni, he doesn't really fit in like as of right now. So I think Steven Adams does fit in pretty well with the Oklahoma City Thunder, because back then when he signed the contract, he was obviously with Russ. He and Russ, yeah, they did really well together. They could run the pick and roll. They could do a bunch of different stuff together. It's like they threw alley oops quite a bit to each other, and they were a pretty good duo. Now, after they traded away, the OKC's traded away Russell Westbrook. Well, like Russell Westbrook was traded for Chris Paul and a bunch of trade picks. Now Steven Adams has like Chris Paul alongside him. So Chris Paul is basically like he's really good in the pick and roll. Obviously, he and Steven Adams do that quite a bit now. And I think because of that also, like he's just a really good fit in the OKC Thunder. Like the OKC Thunder, like they really need the center, and I think Steven Adams fits in perfectly with all of those like really hard screens, and Steven Adams also being a really strong player. I think he really fits in. So now we're actually going to be diving into Steven Adams' stats. So this season he played 63 games. He averaged 10.9 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists on a very, very high efficiency, 59.2% from the field and 33.3% from three, but he only attempted three threes and made that one three from like half court. And then he shot 58.2% from the free throw line, which isn't the best, but it isn't horrible either. And then this season, he played 26.7 minutes per game, which is less than last year's 33.4 minutes per game, and it's just around the same as his career average. In terms of points though per minute, he's gone down a tiny bit, and in terms of assists and rebounds, he has gone up since last season. And other than that, I think other than that, Steven Adams might not be the best player though to look into stats, because he doesn't really care about his stats too much. He just cares about the team being successful and all of those stuff. However, compared to and then also compared to the 2016-2017 season, he's putting up way better numbers. Obviously, as the Oklahoma City Thunder definitely expected when they re-signed Steven Adams back in 2017 with this 4-year, $100 million contract. And he's definitely gotten better since back then. But and then he's still, I think next year might be around his prime. I think he's still yet to enter his prime though. I think right now is, yeah, maybe around his prime, but next year I think could be really like his exact, like his actual prime, because I think he's still 27 years old, I'm pretty sure. So he's still like pretty young, man. So yeah. And this season also, well, like in past seasons, in the 2018-2019 season, so last season, he actually was the averaged the 12th most minutes per game, which is a big reason for why this season he's just averaging less minutes. It's not that he isn't playing much. It's just that last season he played like a lot. Um, and then yeah, he's like has one of the highest like efficiency, like field goal percentages in the entire NBA, man. In terms of rebounds per game, since the 2017-18 season to up to now in the 2019-20 season, he's been top 20 in the league for rebounds per game. And back in 2017-18, averaging 9 rebounds per game. In the 2018-19 season, averaging 9.5 rebounds per game. And this season, averaging 9.3 rebounds per game. You might have been like, wait, isn't his stats going down though? Yeah, it kind of is, but remember he's playing less minutes so far. So, and then other than that, I think his 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 defensive rating also was 20th in the league this season. And in general, and then also in terms of offensive rating, in the 2017-18 season and this season, he was in the top 20. In the 2017-18 season, he was actually seventh in in defensive rating in the entire league. In this season, he was 19th in the entire league in terms of offensive rating. So obviously, Steven Adams, as you can see right there, he's obviously a really good player. Some people don't like recognize how good he is, and then they say he's way overpaid, 25 mil a year basically. In my opinion though, I think maybe a $20 million contract, a bit less, like maybe 18 million actually. That's actually a good deal, a really good contract. I mean, but yeah, I think other than that, his contract's really good, and next year it's gonna be around his prime in my opinion. So we'll just see how it goes. Yeah. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.